So last but not least, before we crack on to the panel discussion and questions from the audience, our final observation is that as an industry, we have no vision beyond profit and the culture of the sale. Too often we're just looking to the bottom line and not looking up to the North Star. If there was one thing that I could sort of take away and bottle from our trip to Silicon Valley and Google, it would be the culture of true innovation that they have. And I really believe that is Google's secret sauce. It is that culture, beyond just the technology and the APIs and the brilliant programming. It's ultimately a culture that they have. And there's a quote here from a chap called Cliff who gave us a cultural induction. He said, "Googlers love to work here because they get to work on cool stuff that matters." And that cool stuff that matters is incredibly motivating to attract, retain and motivate Gen Ys and millennials who are the future of the creative industry. And Google is providing them with that culture and with that mission and with that reason for being that gets the best from them. Google's founders, Larry and Sergey, said when they launched Google onto the stock market, Google is not a conventional company and we don't want to become one. And I think they've been really honest and true to that vision throughout all of their enterprises, not least Google X, which is probably the clearest demonstration of that ethos. Google X's mission is to invent and launch moonshot technologies that make the world a radically better place. Making the world a radically better place. I mean, who wouldn't get up in the morning for that? You'd be pretty cold and a bit dead inside if you didn't. We had a really fascinating chat from a chap called Robert, who talked us through some of the innovations from Google X, and we sat there listening to all these brilliant things in the future, and we said, but how are you going to make money out of it? How do you monetize this? And he's like, don't you worry about that. If we can build these things, we can work out how to make money out of it. And it's true, they had this ethos of innovation. The cash will come. I mean, examples of that would be obviously Google Glass, Project Loon, which you've probably heard of, which is the providing of internet in places that don't have Wi-Fi, the wind turbines project, and driverless cars as well. So I'm just going to play you an example of one of these Google X projects.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, Nathaniel, how are you?
Doing just great.
Go ahead, Steve.
Auto driving.
Here we go.
Away we go. Look, Ma, no hands.
No hands anywhere.
No hands, no feet.
No hands, no feet, no nothing.
I love it. So we're here at the stop sign. Yep. Car's using the radars and laser to check and make sure there's nothing coming either way. I find myself looking. Old habits die hard, man. They don't die. Hey, anybody up for a taco? Yeah. What do you want to do today, Steve? I'm all for Taco Bell myself. All right. Well, let's go get a taco at the drive-thru. And we're turning into the parking lot. Yep. How neat. Go. Now we kind of creep along here. Does anybody have any money? I've got money. No, I've got my wallet right here. You roll down your window and order a burrito. Yeah, push that up. I'm doing very well. How are you today? This is some of the best driving I've ever done.
95% of my vision is gone. I'm well past legally blind. You lose your timing in life, everything takes you much longer. There are some places that you cannot go, there are some things that you really cannot do. where this would change my life is to give me the independence and the flexibility to go the places I both want to go and need to go when I need to do those things.
Get out. I've got places I have to go. You know, so, anyway,
Bye now.
It's been nice. You know,
Yeah.
it's been nice.
And it's amazing. It's not about technology, it's about people. So what really is the lesson for us there in terms of creating that culture of innovation and having a vision beyond profit? Well, one of the big takeaways for us from Google was if you give people freedom, they will truly amaze you. If you give people freedom, they will amaze you. And it's through that culture of innovation that we allow people to be freed up to create the most innovative and outstanding ideas and really be free to fulfill their full potential. So some of the ways to do that as an industry, firstly, it's really demonstrating trust in your employees, allowing them to work wherever, however, and wherever they want to. Very much a policy of Google was, you don't have to be changed to your desk in order to create great ideas. Great ideas happen in the real world. The second is around focusing on the user, as Google called it. All else will follow. So it really is putting the customer at the heart of everything that you do, genuinely. They had a quote that if your user has a problem, it's your fault. So it's all about us making sure that we put customers at the heart. Thirdly, it's about thinking times 10, not just 10%. And it's really not by creating increments, but by creating quantum leaps that we're going to have paradigm shifting ideas, which will really surprise and delight. Fourthly, ask for permission. Shoot and ask for permission later. Really having that spirit of sort of proactivity and being on the front foot and not just seeking approval at every step of the operation. Just do it and great things will come. And finally, you can be serious without wearing a suit, despite what I'm wearing this afternoon. So just a few points about creating that culture of innovation. And Gareth Kay, who we've kind of referenced a couple of times, said that Google's egoless mindset and culture of generosity has really provided sort of the good karma of double-digit growth and phenomenal profits. So doing good does create good money as well. So I just leave you with that thought. If you give people freedom, they will amaze you.